You are watching Otero Studios.
Welcome to another video. Today, I wanted to do I wanted to show you guys my final project for art school. Basically, this is called a symbol narrative. The story behind it is we had to pick a kind of like a traumatic period in our life. So I chose my health issues. A lot of you guys know that I have a pacemaker. What you guys don't know is kind of like how it happened. I basically collapsed in my house, and it was due to some of the medication that I was on, and so that's why in the picture there's a house, and also being confined to a house. There's also a wheelchair there because I spent a couple months in rehab and needed a walker and wheelchair to get around until I got back on my feet. I used the Statue of Liberty there to show that my liberty was torn away from me. And I used the watch and a mixture of a cell phone. It looks like a BlackBerry to kind of signify the pacemaker. So that's the narrative behind it. It's supposed to be kind of explanatory, but at the same time like a hidden message. But this is the one I chose. There were two. There was another one that we created for a class. This was done using collage. So we ripped out pieces of a magazine. The teacher didn't want us to take anything from the internet, so we had to use stuff that was already in magazines to create this collage. So there is a colored version, because it's from a magazine. And then what my teacher did is he grayscaled it. Big shout out to Bill DeMott. He's my professor. I was worried going back to school because my first round of college, I did not really like my professors. So this time around, I have a good bunch of professors, and he is, in his own right, he's very talented, and some of his artwork, I'll have to share it sometime in the future on the channel. But he took these images, and then he grayscaled it, and he gridded it out. So the grid, I believe it's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 10 by 11, so those grids, then I had to measure those grids out on this bigger piece. The image size is 16 by 20, and that's why the camera doesn't really capture it all, so I'm doing little bits and pieces of it. This should be at least a 20 to 40 hour drawing. I've already committed, as you can see there, the part of the Statue of Liberty and the house at the bottom, about 3 hours before I started sketching that part of the watch. In total, so far, I think I've gone at least 10 hours in, and I would say only about 30-40% of the way there. I'm using a lot of different tones, and obviously I'm going to have to keep going over it and over it to really get the nitty-gritty of it. And it's tough for me because this form of drawing is it's great because you do get the likeness down from the image, but it is very restrictive because you have to follow it piece by piece, almost like paint by numbers, but draw by numbers. But I really enjoy the challenge, and this is going to be a great portfolio piece. I haven't talked about it a lot on the channel, but the reason why I decided to go back to school is so I can get my teaching degree, and that way I have sort of a backup, because the last few years have been really rough as far as maintaining a source of income because you have really good months and then really slow months as far as commissions and stuff like that. So having the ability to teach on the side has really helped. And teaching at at the art studio in Penfield, that was awesome, but I wasn't really making a lot. So with the degree, I could actually go and get some actual benefits and really take care of my family. But ever since I started going back to school, I've been really debating if I really want to stick with comic art. I love comics, and I always will love comics. I love drawing pop culture stuff, but I forgot how much I really enjoyed doing fine art. And it doesn't mean that I'm necessarily going to stop doing comics and stuff. If opportunity comes up, I'll definitely take it. But getting these pieces done and maybe doing some shows at an art gallery, really get myself out there, I feel will benefit me more than doing a comic here and there. And I haven't done a published comic in a while due to these health issues. And just to get back on the saddle, I feel like it's a win-win, because if I do gallery art, it'll get my name out there, and then comic companies might come and be like, hey, can you do this cover, or did you want to do this piece or that piece? So it's not that I'm completely giving up on comics itself. It's just in art, sometimes you get burnt out on doing one thing over and over. There's only so many times you could draw Harley Quinn. So I really enjoy doing the fine art aspect, and I forgot how much I really enjoyed it, and being able to go out of my comfort zone sometimes, because I am not a great painter. So that's why next semester I'm going to take painting to kind of really build up that skill. And that's what college is to me. College is more about building a skill up than I've learned so much in the last 2.5 months being back in college that I would not have learned just doing comic books and movies and whatnot. Here, you'll see, I kind of give up a lot on this watch. I'll blend it back over and just restart, just because the proportions aren't right. And I want this to look as close to that picture as possible. Even right there where the Statue of Liberty is holding the July 4th piece, I'm going to touch that up as well. Not in this video. This is only the first part of it. Once I get the whole piece recorded, then I will do like a big speed version of it. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, I'm not truly just gonna stop doing comics and movies and whatnot, but I'm having so much fun doing these commissions, or not commissions, portfolio pieces and projects for school. And now that I got the okay from the professors to record, I'll have a little bit more to record when I take it to school, and do a little bit more there. So I'm gonna speed up, play a little bit of music, and I'll be back. I'm actually recording at my parents' house in between classes. As you can see, I put a little bit more detail. I've been jumping around the piece as much as possible because it really helps from getting too tied down to one area, especially because once everything is laid out, I am going to go back and start adding even more value and lightening up areas. I also need to get a new plastic eraser because I wore it out on that watch. This is a little bit more of the Statue of Liberty, the top piece of it, and just working on the details of the folds in it. Yeah, so speaking of kind of the state of the channel, like I said earlier, I'm not truly giving up on comics, but I still want to keep doing some of the pop culture stuff that I do on the channel, video game art. Sometimes the channel will evolve with your tastes, and I really want to go down the route of, hey, this is I'm really enjoying this. This is what the art that I want to go down, the path I want to go down in art, and it's a blast. I really am enjoying it, and I'm really hoping you guys enjoy it too. The nude art, I also put some age restrictions on because I know I do have a lot of younger fans, and I personally don't have a problem with my kids viewing nude art, but some parents might be a little bit more conservative, and I still want them to enjoy the art, so I put age restrictions on that. But I do want to do more figure drawing and more nude art, so I'm going to have age restrictions on that. Then I'm going to be doing, I'm going to keep doing this piece, so I'll have more progress on this piece as well. It's a lot of fun, especially when you take something bit by bit, just you have your collage, then you have the gridded out piece, then you start working on the piece, and then obviously I'm going to take some pictures of it once it's in the gallery at school. I'm not sure if Professor DeMott is going to put these up on display in the gallery because it is the final project, so by that time, by the end of the semester, class should be over. But if he does ask that he wants to have the piece put up, I have no problem showcasing it for the next semester. So right now, after drawing, this is drawing 104, which is your basic drawing 101 class. It's the fundamentals. I am going to be doing drawing 2, which is a more advanced drawing class. I'm going to be taking 3D art, painting, and I'm doing some sequential, because even though I am kind of like shying away from comic books, I still want to keep my skills up to par for sequential art, because sequential art doesn't just help with comics, it helps with storytelling, it helps with animation, what have you. So I think I'm going to have a lot of fun doing the next semester. This semester has been awesome. I've been doing art history, and then obviously your core classes like English. My first go around college, I finished my math prerequisites, so I don't have to take math anymore. But I still have to take English creative writing, so that'll be cool because obviously I have a comic story that I created, which I'm turning into a YouTube series. So always getting a leg up on creative writing is never a bad thing. But once I get those prerequisites done and all my art certification, then I can look at going for masters. College has been really, really awesome, and they always say don't go to college if you don't know what you want to do, and obviously I know what I want to do, so that it's worked for me. But even if you just take a class here and there, I think it really does help with memorization and really getting a handle on everything. So I will kind of stop jibber jabbing, and let me know in the comments down below what you guys want to see. I really appreciate you guys watching. You know, the channel has been growing, and a lot of thanks to you guys who share it out and really kind of you know, promote my channel for me, which is awesome. You guys always retweet, and you know, you comment, share. You know, I don't know where the channel would be without you guys. And you know, my watch time has lowered a bit, and that's just because this time last year I had the Halloween videos going, and those were doing really good. So my watch time after a year starts to dip. So you know, that's the one thing I'm focusing on right now, is trying to get the watch time up, and just put out content. I'm having a lot of fun with the content I am putting up. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments down below what you'd like to see. I know I have a backlog of stuff that I am going to be drawing soon, so as soon as this semester ends, then December I'll free up to kind of draw some more stuff for the channel. Anyways, enjoy the rest of the video, and don't forget to keep it over 9,000. Take care.